I don't know how you or why you guys have put up with me for this long, but I do appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see. Okay, so it's showing that I am live here. My computer's being a little strange. I'm trying to keep up with the comments on the screen because it's a little easier on my computer than on the phone. Mike says, my friend Jess surprised me this week with a autograph plus a wonderful message from you. She must have got it. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yeah, everybody there was so nice. Okay, so now my computer's kicking on. Just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Sound's not on. That's good. Yeah, everybody was so nice at Scarefest. It's been a couple years since I've been there. Well, everybody minus one girl that I ran into at a bar that had nothing to do with the event. She was there with her husband for some country music concert or whatever, and she was such a biatch. She was a lot. But we'll get into that on another day. Firewalker, hey, Jeff, hello. Kate, hello, hello. Finally made it live. Yay, good. Good, good, good. So, okay, so I had promised you guys or asked you guys if you wanted me to go through this second box full of random mementos I collected while on GH and GHI and other travels, really. And a lot of you were interested in seeing it because I had done the first one with you years ago. So I figured we could go through this today. I have not looked in it for years. So hopefully there's nothing in there that's too crazy personal. I don't think there is. I think it's just all random stuff. But hopefully it's not a complete bore either, because it kind of suck if this was kind of like a Geraldo Al Capone's chest thing, right? So let's hope that doesn't happen. The other thing I want to do is a giveaway. And actually, I'm going to put a link to my shop in the chat because I'm going to pick 5 people for a giveaway this time. I wish I could give away something to everybody, but I can't. I'm sorry. But I figured 5 would be fun rather than 1 or 2, right? Now, for those that don't get picked, if you are interested, I'm going to be giving away a shirt to each one of the 5 winners. This is a shirt that I've been having made for years now, and people love it. It's just like standard guys sizes. And I have a matching bumper sticker, so I'll stick that in there as well. I'm out of photos right now from the last event, so I can't send a signed photo, but I'll think of some other fun things to kind of throw in those 5 boxes as well. And we'll get into how to possibly win those later, but I'll stick a link to my shop that will have the info for these shirts if you want to grab one if you're not picked, as well as a bunch of pre-sale stuff I have on sale right now that's all like Bigfoot themed. Bigfoot hats, beanies, and a Bigfoot tote with a female Bigfoot on it. Can't say I've ever seen that before, but it's cute. So I'll stick that in there now, and then we will roll into, I gotta figure out how to pin this, but I can't because it's behind the little heart button. I need you guys to comment so that I can make it go up there. I'll pin it as soon as there's space. Yeah, we'll go through this thing. Hopefully there's some fun stuff in it. I can't, like I said, off the top of my head, remember what I put in there. Okay. Where's the pin? There it is. Okay. So that message is pinned. I don't have my shop set up worldwide yet, but I've had a couple people email me with a list of things I wanted to grab. And then I would look into the shipping cost and get back to them. And if they were happy with the shipping costs, then we did a thing over PayPal. So I'm definitely open to it, and I'm eventually going to get it to the point where it is worldwide. It's just I haven't had a second, not a second to figure it out. I've been trying to get YouTube going. I've been trying to get the shop to keep running. I've been doing event stuff. I've been doing my art stuff. I'll be honest, I'm a little in over my head. Still trying to figure out how to get it all like in some perfect working order. I'm not there yet, but it will happen soon. I finally have a signed photo of you. Special thanks to my friend Jess. Julia, hi Kris. Hello, Julia. Shane, I love your laugh. Very infectious. Thank you. Thank you. Can you sign the shirt? I can sign the shirt. Yeah. Man, I should have put a signed shirt option on there. Maybe just send me an email if you want the shirt signed after you put the order in, and I will make sure that happens. Now, right now, the shirts are, I've got them out as pre-sale. Once the pre-sale ends, I think it's on the 9th, I'll put the order in on the 10th, and then it should take about 2 weeks for them to all get to me, and then I can ship them out to everybody else. So for those who do get picked, the 5 people, keep that in mind as well. I'll have to wait for the shirts to come in because I sold out of them completely at the last event, all the unisex sizes. Hey, Mike. All right, so should we go through this thing or what? I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm a little terrified because that's the thing about memory boxes is not all of them are great sometimes. Usually you just save the good stuff, but occasionally some of the good stuff turns bad after so many years. Brian says, open! I don't know. He's the only one saying open. Maybe we should just put the sucker away and I'll just talk about nonsense for the next hour and a half. I am good at that. Completely capable of nonsense. Yeah, no? No, yeah. All right. Let's look. Let's look. It's heavy. I definitely have some crap in here. As long as there's no trap spirits. No, there shouldn't be any of that. There shouldn't be a head in here like 7. That's what I think of every time I hear the what's in the box. Carrie says, open, open, open. RR, release the ghost. All right, here we go. Oh my. Oh God. First thing on the top. Okay. One of the coolest things ever is fan art. Absolute favorite thing, right? So every now and then Gwyneth Paltrow has left the chat. Oh, I was like, what are you talking about? So yeah, we go to events and people would show up with things that they made us. And sometimes they're kind of, you're like, oh, thank you. Very sweet regardless. Very sweet. No one has to take the time to make me jack squat. So I always appreciate it. But some things just completely and utterly blow you out of the water with the amount of talent that the person and time that the person put into whatever the object is. So that's why I was laughing, because the first thing on the top I see is this, and I can't pronounce the name, but it says 2011. This person clearly knew I was obsessed with Jim Morrison. So he did a wood burning of me with Jim in the back, and he signed the back, but I can't make out the name. But yeah, 2011. Is this coming in like clear for you guys? Clear images so far? Or is it kind of weird? The video is kind of blurry. Okay, let's see if I do this. Is that better? I have my computer running in the background so I could watch the text, but I'm wondering if it's interfering with the feed. It comes and goes. Oh, not blurry. Son of a gun. Clear for 2024 internet. That's not good. Shit. How do I fix that without having to start a new one? Is it still blurry after I've turned my computer off? Yeah, no? It's still blurry? Son of a gun. I don't know how to fix this. The only thing I could do is stop this one and restart it with my phone. It's better, Veronica says. Okay, so all the ups, it might need a minute. All right, maybe that's it. Let me see if did I shut that page completely or, yeah, I did. It's okay, keep going. Awesome. All right, I don't know what's going on. I'm running off my phone, guys, so very blurry, but my TV clear on phone. Okay, all right. Yeah, so here it is, if you guys couldn't make it out before. this person put a lot of time into this, a lot of effort, a lot of talent. So yeah, like I said, sometimes you get little things, little trinkets, and you're like, oh, that's cool, thank you. But then sometimes you get things like this, and it's insane. It's just insane. I love it. I'm glad I kept it. I don't know why I wouldn't have, but I did forget about it. So yeah, even my cleavage is in there. That's lovely, right? I mean, I don't know. Okay, so what do we got in here? Got Barnes & Noble. Oh, what is this? Okay. Shame. Oops. All right, same picture actually. Okay, so here's a couple issues of the Topps Pair magazine. Now you know where the picture came from that this guy worked from. I love it. So, yeah, so I made the cover of that one. And I think they did like an article on me in there too. I don't know. I feel like they did. I feel like I was new at this time. When did this come out? Oh, 2010. Yeah, so I was still relatively new. I think I started in 2007. So I've been at it a couple years. What was the month? November. Yeah, so I've been at it for a couple years. So they stuck me in the cover, and I'm pretty sure they did an article inside. And then, oh, the new face of Ghost Hunters International. Okay, so this is when I made the switch over. And then there's this one where they did the team photo, which was kind of fun. Very cool. God, that feels like forever ago. That was 2009. I've been with them for, wait a minute, how many? All right, 3 years for this one, 2 years for that one. Okay, so we get those suckers. I'm glad I kept those, actually. There's a lot of stuff you just forget you even did. And it's back to postcards. I was notorious for grabbing postcards if I didn't have time to look for souvenirs. So we get Seattle. Seattle was the first place we went to when I started. We're out in Washington. Was this from that one? Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. So my first trip, we went to Washington. We're in Seattle. We're in another little town, Spokane or Spokane. I don't know how you say it properly. And then we also went through San Francisco. So this was from my first trip, actually, I'm assuming. This one's Seattle as well. I think that's where we were staying when we were there. I don't know. Missed a couple of those comments. Hold on one guy. Topps Mag. Yeah, they had their own magazine for quite a while. I don't think they still make it. Not sure. You was the show back then I only tuned in to see you. Thank you. I think I have or had that issue at one time. We used to have people having us sign them all the time at events. I still have my copy of it plus other ones. I think it was your first solo cover. It was my only one, I think. Spokane. Thank you for that, Brian. Hello, Kris. Nice to see you. Hello, Richard. Hometown. Brian, thank you. Spokane. Spokane. All right, what is this? Crown Plaza, Seattle. So yeah, that's where we stayed. I'm surprised, like, stuff from my first trips in this box and not the other one, because the other one was what I started out in. What's this? This is the Presidio. Again, same trip. We went to Presidio. We did some ghost hunting there. Really cool place. It was like this old, it was like an old military base or something. It's been so freaking long since I was there. The ruins of an old Spanish fort were yeah. Yeah, it was military garrison. The Presidio of San Francisco served as an almost continuously active military garrison for more than 200 years under the flags of 3 nations. So yeah, that was part of my first trip with them. Again, I am surprised this older stuff is in this one. It doesn't make sense. Yeah, I remember those episodes. Didn't you go to the priest's house where she was hearing tapping noises? Yes. We did the priest's house, and we did like a old hospital in Washington, and then feel like we did a baby store somewhere too. I don't know if it was that trip or another one. And then we were down at Presidio. Hi from New Hampshire. Thanks for sharing your treasures. Hello, Michelle. Thank you for watching. Crystal, hey, hi. You were on the cover a few times, mostly group photos. I had a subscription for 2 years. Okay. I'm surprised there's another one. I only remember those 2. Okay, so this thing I can't really show you just because, like, there's phone numbers on it to people on here, but it's basically just like a schedule of what our day looked like when we were working on the road. This one was the same thing. It was just notes of my, like, the history stuff that I did. Same thing, another thing with people's phone numbers. I don't think they'd appreciate it if I showed that one. Banned for life. You're always my favorite, one of my favorite people on Ghost Hunters. Thank you for that. You were the highlight of the team because you were always challenging the spirits, the investigation, and starting to. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, so what do we got? We got a TV guide. So something about us must have showed up in here because I don't know why. When was this? 2007. Oh, you know what? I think there was a thing in here about, like, why did I keep this? Why did I keep it? What was it? We're on Wednesday nights, right? With sci-fi, I'm pretty sure. Wednesday. Why did I keep this thing? Monday through Friday. It's sad when you don't even remember how a TV guide works. There must have been a listing in here for the show or something and some mention of a new something or other. I can't remember. I think my mom had actually kept this and then I ended up with it. Tuesday. Let's see what we got for Wednesday. And then we'll move on to something else because I'm curious. Wednesday. ABC Fox. Bobbity bobbity bobbity. Not seeing sci-fi. Sci-fi. Ghost Hunters. The Charlie Chaplin studio is visited for investigation. Kris Williams joins the team for a trip to Seattle. That's why my mom kept this one. Very cool. You guys aren't gonna be able to read it, but it's right there. So yeah, mom would have kept this one. I think your resolution is off. Your feed seems blurry unless others are seeing it. This sucks, man. Because I think for me to fix it, I'd have to jump off and start it again. And I don't know how well that's gonna go. I turned my cell phone off so that it was just running on Wi-Fi, but I'm almost wondering if it would have been better if cell was working with Wi-Fi. I don't know. No, keep going. Okay. Okay, so this one is another TV guide. It must be another situation where something was mentioned about the show because, again, I don't know why else we kept it. I wasn't a TV guide person, so this was definitely my mom. Not sure if others are showing the same, but it could just be my side. Quite a few people have been saying it, though. That's the only problem. I really hate how unreliable the internet is out here. It's like, Dustin and I made the mistake of leaving our phones, our cell service on, and then if somebody called us, it would make our feed completely just freeze. And then that wasn't great, but now I'm just going off Wi-Fi and it seems like you guys are dealing with wackiness. Hopefully it sorts itself out. Hopefully. Why is this one in here? Oops. I shouldn't be ripping stuff. Wednesday. Sci-fi. Ghost Hunters. Scottish Haunter probe, including Inverary Jail. Okay, so I was on GHI by that time. Yeah, I don't know why I kept this one. No idea. Then I would keep random, like, bits of fan mail that I would get. People would send stuff to the office. Tacoma Paranormal Society is one. Then the Rodriguez family, they wrote me in December of 2010. So very nice, very sweet. Got more of it. I don't know why, like some I kept and some I didn't. I think it was just, sometimes we didn't get to the office forever, and I don't know what they did or didn't do with the letters that came in. More, we got Alana Warner. She's out there. Yeah, I got quite a few of those. Somebody named Jordan saying thank you for actually responding to people on Twitter. I'm on there too damn much. All right, so we have quite a few of those. Good grief. Yeah, I don't even know. Oh, I think what I did for a little bit was like, if people had the, that's what I did. If people had the magazines and they wanted them signed, I told them if they mailed them to me with the self-addressed stamped envelope to return them, I would sign them and send them back. That was a long time ago. Forgot all about that. So I think that's what half those letters were people thanking me for doing that. All right. So these are some more write-ups of different locations we went to, and it was pretty much just giving us a basic rundown of the history. Since we weren't, so we wouldn't be completely clueless, but for the most part, we like to not know how in-depth, like super in-depth stuff, because we like to kind of go in there somewhat blind. So what we're told doesn't really influence how we went about investigating the place, I guess. But yeah. But this photo. So it's not so much the photo, it's the actual shoot. Hello, Travis. It was crazy because they had it in this building that looked like a castle. I want to say we're in Jersey, but I'm not entirely sure. We're definitely East Coast. And they had this room that was just massive, and it looked like all very, very old school, antique-ish, like furniture and mirrors and everything. And they had decorated it like it was an attic, and they had stuff draped over everything, but they also blew in like a bunch of baby powder into the room overnight and just let it settle on everything, so it looked like it was dusty. And they did this big photo shoot for us there for Sci-Fi, and it was so cool. It was so much fun. But I heard that dealing with the baby powder afterwards was a complete and utter nightmare, because I had to figure out how to clean it all up after we were done. Super cool shoot though. You could probably find that one somewhere online, the whole group photo of us like standing. It was Jay Grant, Amy, Steve, Tango, and I think it was just us. But it was fun. Sounds like sounds like a flowers party. It was crazy. I wish you had gotten to come to the Belfour Winery here my own time. I've been there a couple times actually. I just saw the episode with Real Housewives on it. I'm curious how that really went. Did Sci-Fi just throw random guests at you? It went really well. I mean, they didn't always just throw random people at us, but I mean, every network likes to cross-promote their shows. So sometimes you'd end up with people from other shows, and it's cool because sometimes you get people that are actually really into it and really liked the show and really wanted to investigate, and other times you could tell they weren't all that into it. So I don't know, I thought it was fun. I remember Jason used to use flour, and oh yes, like an old school way of telling if somebody's walked through the room type of thing or disturbed the room. Yeah. Yeah, but this was just, they were just trying to make it look dusty. they screwed the room up pretty good. All right, so this is another article, little like write-up of a place that we went to that, I don't even know if that one made air, to be honest. No, maybe that one didn't. I think that one did. Oh, this. Let's see, I'm just gonna make sure there's no date. Hampshire. Okay, so this was a like Zorb certificate When we were in New Zealand, they took us zorbing, and they'd always have us do these crazy outings. So one of the outings there was this, and zorbing, if you don't know, you get into this like giant hamster ball that's inflatable, and they put you at the top of a hill, and they just push your ass down it while you're in this damn thing, and you're upside down, right side up, spinning, bouncing, the whole deal. And this is like this certificate they give you as kind of like a souvenir, but at the same time they're saving their ass, because it's like, if you break anything, it's your problem. So yeah, it's kind of a dual purposey thing, but look how like excited I was there. I look so young. So young. 2000, I think this is what, 2011. Okay. May 2011. May 17th. So quite a while ago. Okay. Then we have another magazine, Scarefest. I'm guessing I was there as part of the lineup. I like it when they do this. Michigan Paracon does this as well. They'll have like little booklets with all our crazy faces in it. Let's see. Where is my ugly mug? No. Ooh, shoot. I don't know where I'm at. I couldn't have grabbed this thing if it wasn't there. I'm gonna find it. Damn it. I'm Kris Williams. Welcome to Jackass. Zorbing sounds like fun. Wait to need a chiropractor. It was crazy because there's two options with the zorbing. I don't know where do they put us? Hold on. I'm gonna find this crap. All right, not there. Nope, nope. Where is it? Goes hunt. Oh, we're getting somewhere. There we are. Up at the top. That's why I kept it. Another like souvenir thing from an event. That's why I like these. I mean, everybody likes them. Attendees like them because it's a fun little souvenir, but those of us who go as speakers or lecturers or guests or whatever, they're fun too. Okay, so zorbing is weird. Okay, so there's two options. There was like a water option or there was a strap you in option. So if you went into the water one, there's like this small hole in the ball that you like squeeze your ass into. And when you're in there, there's water in it. And the reason for it is as the ball is rolling down the hill, you're gonna slosh around the bottom with the water, right? But the other one where they strap you in, you're stuck to one side, holding on for dear life. Even though like they've got you strapped in, you've got these things to hold on to too. You gotta kind of really push your feet down on the ball as well to try to keep you from being thrown around too much. But the strap in one is crazy because you go ass overhead, you go sideways, you're upside down, you're right side up. There's no like staying at the bottom of the ball like with the water. It was nuts. And it's funny because Barry had taken video of us all going, and it was like, for me, I was scream laughing the whole way down. It was just so funny. And then I forget who, but they almost ran over the camera guy who was sitting down at the bottom of the hill, which is kind of funny. I'm always late. You're here, Steven, but you're here. It's fine. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. Okay, this one was before the Ghost Hunters days, guys. So how many of you watched Mystic River? Anybody? Before GH, I used to work for a modeling agency, and they were like, I was always really shy, always painfully shy, like not painfully shy. I wasn't shy around people that I knew, but if I didn't know you, I was pretty quiet. And in school, I was pretty quiet. I wouldn't really talk unless you talked to me first, right? It was one of those deals. And it wasn't a snobby situation. I was just quiet. So they suggested I start doing like little background type stuff for like acting classes. I'm a horrible actress, horrible. So I started doing extra work, and I was actually an extra in this movie. And it's funny because you see Clint Eastwood, Sean Penn, and then you see my dumbass standing in the background. So this day was so flipping insane. This is actually a good story. Okay, so and this picture was taken either just as this whole thing went down or just afterwards. Okay, so I was there for 2 days. The first day was kind of like meh, wasn't that exciting. Second day that I was there, we're filming the scene where Sean Penn finds his daughter's abandoned car, and there's a big crowd of people standing around the car, the looky-loos, right? I was part of the looky-loo extra group. So these are all extras in the background with my dumb ass. And I don't know what I was thinking, but I'm standing there and like, you know, kind of looking around. I'm like, oh, wait, Clint Eastwood's the director. Oh shit, that means he should be around here somewhere. So I start looking around and I see him sitting in his chair, and we end up making eye contact. And I was like, oh shit. So I instantly went red, and I was just like looking everywhere but at him because I felt like an idiot. So the next thing I know, he's walking through the crowd past me, and I'm in his way. So I do that step to the side type thing, and no matter what I did, it was in the way. So I'm nervously laughing. He starts laughing. He just grabs me by the hips and he moves me over, and I'm like, I'm sorry. And he's like, you're okay, don't worry about it. I'm like, okay. And then he was talking to the crew behind us, and then he came back around, and he had Sean Penn walk up to him, and this is just a couple feet away from me. And they start going back and forth, and Eastwood says to Penn, he's like, hey, have you met my niece? And I'm not really paying attention at this point. And Sean Penn's like, oh, no, I haven't. And then the next thing I know, he's shaking my hand, and he's like, oh, yeah, it's my niece. And I'm like, what? I just rolled with it. So Penn was like, are you really his niece? I was like, oh, yeah. And he's like, he goes, how are you enjoying, watching your uncle at work? I'm like, oh, it's a great time. He's not in town very often. So it's, it's definitely fun to see how everything works. And I just went with it. And this kid next to me, he's like, if she's your niece, why doesn't she have her own line or hell her own movie? And Eastwood made some remark, I can't off the top of my head, but people started laughing around me. He made some sort of little joke. So they go off, and I'm just standing there like, holy shit, like kind of shell-shocked at that point. I'm like, what did I just do? Like, I just went with that like it was, like, I just went with it. So these kids that I had taken an acting class with come running over, and they're like, what the hell just happened? Because they witnessed the whole thing. I'm like, I don't know. They're like, there's no truth to that, right? I'm like, no. And they're like, okay, we're gonna go spread the rumor. And I'm like, don't do that. So off they went. Can we see you clearly in the movie? No, you can't. I'm like a little blur color, and I can find myself because I know where to look, but you can't see me. This is like the only like real proof that I was in it. So anyways, he runs off, and they start telling everybody that I'm Clint's niece. How old were you then? This paper, this says October 5th, 2003. So I probably, was this 2003? Maybe was this, I don't know if this was taken when it was filmed or if this came out like later when it came to theater. I don't know, but it was around that time. So if it's 2003, I would have been 22-ish. No, it had to have been earlier than that, because I don't think I met Jane Grant until I was 21. So maybe this came out after when they were starting to promote it. I don't know. Anyways. So my friends go running off. They're telling everybody. And it comes to lunch. And I didn't have my glasses on. I didn't have my contacts in. You can barely see her, maybe blink and miss it moment. Yeah, it's one of those deals. Like I said, if it wasn't for the newspaper, I'd have zero proof. So lunch comes and I can't see for shit. And I've got my tray and I see these two guys stand up and they're like waving at me. And I'm like, okay, these are my friends, thinking they looked like my friends from the distance. And I get up there and they're not my friends. They're just two random guys that heard the rumor and decided I should sit with them. So now I'm sitting at the table eating my lunch and they're like asking me all these random questions. And they're like, why aren't you sitting over with your uncle? Like, I'm like, oh, he's working. I don't want to bother him while he's working and whatever. So like, oh yeah, okay. And then after that, a handful of people were picked to stay and the rest of us were told to get in line to have our waivers signed so that we could leave. Well, the waivers are if you're union or non-union, right? If you're non-union, you get paid a certain amount. If you're union, you get paid more. They're only allowed to hand out so many union vouchers per job, and then after that, it's all non-union people. But if you're lucky and you're a non-union person and they don't have enough union people on the job for whatever reason, somebody didn't show up or whatever, you could ask for their voucher, basically. And you need 3 of those to get into the acting union. It's a pain in the ass. It's like trying to get credit. If you don't have anything to build up your credit, you can't get a credit card type of thing. It's like the catch-22 thing. Anyway, so I'm sitting in line waiting to get my voucher signed. And this woman's just walking all over the place. And I'm thinking, oh, maybe they need another person, right? And somebody's like, oh, she's clearly looking for someone. Miss Eastwood's gonna go. Miss Eastwood's gonna get it. Miss Eastwood's gonna stay. I was like, no, guys, I'm going home. And then she looks at me and I was like, hi. And she's like, where have you been? I'm like, what? She goes, where have you been? I'm like, I've been here the whole time. She's like, no, you haven't. I haven't seen you. I was like, no, I've been here. She's like, come on. I'm like, okay. So I get brought down to another area, thrown on a bus with a bunch of other people. We drive just down the street. It was another scene where a scene was going on in the street and they just needed people in the background down the street to be walking and crossing the street, whatever, right? So we do all that and now we're waiting to catch the bus back. So I'm standing in this little group of people and Eastwood starts walking by and I was like, internally like, you know what, F it. I'm like, hey, Uncle Clint. He's like, yes. And he comes walking over. And I was like, Mom's been pretty bummed out. You haven't been by for Christmas for the last few years. And he's like, I know, but you tell your mother I've been very, very busy. And I was like, all right. And then somebody goes, I heard she's like your daughter. And he goes, and I'm internally like, oh, shit. It's like, he's going to tell her the truth now. Like, this whole thing's going to be done. He goes, she's not my daughter. She's my niece. And he just walks off. And when he come over, he put his arm around me. So when I told my mom this whole story when I got home, she's like hugging me. She's like, oh my God, Clint Eastwood had his arm around your shoulder. Oh my God, you can't shower. Oh, I need to take the shirt. It was just the freaking coolest day. The coolest day. I had so much fun. He was so funny. He was so nice. And then like, it was crazy because I had another casting call months later, like 6 months later, something like that, right? And the lady who ran the casting company back home is called CP Casting, and her name was Carolyn. Pretty sure it was Carolyn. And she was holding the casting call, and when I got up for my turn, I saw she had a watch on that said Mystic River, and I was like, oh, I like your watch. And she looks at me. Now, she wasn't even there the day that this happened. Was not there. She looks up and she's like, oh, Miss Eastwood. I was like, what? she goes, hon, I don't know what you did that day. She's like, but keep it up. You really made an impression. I'm like, I was just joking around. And she's like, yeah, but it stuck with them. And I was like, I had so many people giving me shit because I didn't give them a resume. I didn't give them some sort of business card. And she's like, no. She's like, had you done that, you would have ruined it. He's a human being and you joked with him as a human being and you stuck in his head because of it. And I was like, I guess so. But yeah, it was an awesome memory. I still like that whole day was just so awesome. People will really like poo-poo on extra work. It's fun to do. You don't get paid a lot, but it's a fun little class. You don't know who you're gonna meet. Another movie that I was in the background that you can see me in is the movie 21, that card playing game in Vegas. There's a bar scene with Kate Bosworth, and I forget who the main male actor was, but they're standing at the bar talking to each other, kind of flirting, and you'll see me in a light blue hoodie behind them. That's the one thing extra work that I did that you can actually see me in. Richard, I love that story. Try sitting back, you could come in a little clearer. Good to know, I'll try that. Very cool. I'm jealous that you got to meet him. He was so much fun. Thank you for sharing your story. Thank you guys for listening. It's the focus in your camera. Oh, focus in my camera. Okay. Is it better back? Pixelated Kris. I'm sorry, guys. I live kind of like in East Bum, and the internet here kind of sucks. I remember you mentioning that little cameo you did. Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. Okay. Back to the box. I got sidetracked. Okay, so, this is what I mean about memories that are good and memories that are like meh. Okay, so the memory that is good is we went to Samoa for work, and it made the paper. And now I'm not in that photo. I don't care. I just thought it was cool that our show made the front page of the paper in Samoa, American Samoa. And beautiful island. Absolutely beautiful. The hotel that we stayed at was fantastic. There was a little barefoot bar, Tiza's barefoot bar, I think, in Samoa, that was just freaking awesome. It was right on the beach. The bar was built around the palm trees. Like, it was everything you'd see in a movie. It was beautiful. The unfortunate downside to this trip is this is where I met my ex-husband. So, good memory for going, bad memory because 8 years of my life were wasted. Yay. This is what I hate about Facebook memories too. I don't know if you guys feel this way, but like there's so many times, you know, memories will like come up on Facebook and I don't want to remember them. I don't need to be reminded of shit I did 10 years ago that ended up being a giant mistake. It's just like, ugh. But I wish you could turn it off, but it doesn't seem like it lets you turn it off, which is kind of bullshit. Bullshit, I say. Wow, this is like the box of newspaper articles. Good Lord. Okay, so this one, oh, I remember this one. Nashua Country Tavern. So a local paper back home had done an article with me. I think I was on GHI when this one happened. I look all spooky-like in the picture. I just said that about Facebook memories. It's so true though. It's just like, it haunts you. Not, pun not intended, but it's like your memories haunt you forever because Facebook will not leave you alone about shit you prefer to forget. It drives me nuts. Anyways, so the place that this was taken at is kind of cool. It was at the Nashua Country Tavern. It was this bar kind of restaurant on Amherst Street in Nashua, and it was known as a haunted spot back home. And I'm pretty sure, almost 100%, 99.9% sure, it was on Unsolved Mysteries when I was a kid. Like, there was all these stories about this female ghost that would roam around the place and blow on the back of guys' necks and mess with the TV and all this stuff. And it was a little house. I forget when it was built. I don't know if it says in here real quick. No, it doesn't say. 18th century murder victim. Okay. So, built in the 18th century. I think the story was that the guy who owned it was like a sea captain, and he went to sea and he came back and his wife was pregnant. And I think, again, it's been a while since I've looked at this, he took the baby and he threw it down the well on the property, I think the story is. And I can't remember if he threw her down there too, or he left her in like a closet or something to die. very morbid story. But I don't know how much truth there is to it. I never really got to look into it to see if it's actually factual. The thing that bothers me about this though is this place was so flipping old and it was beautiful. Like I said, it was known as a haunted spot. It was known as like a place to kind of go to in Nashua. And the last time I was home, I noticed that they bulldozed it. Like it's gone. I was shocked. I was kind of pissed actually. I hate it when you see old places just get leveled. But I don't know. That ghost sounds flirty. Well, she didn't end up pregnant by mistake. I don't know. What's this one? So this one, oh, okay. This one I had done. I won't put the name on this one. This was like I did a charity back home at my high school. A little girl had passed from town and they were trying to build a whatchamacallit? A gazebo in her honor, and they were putting her name on it and stuff. So they asked me to come out there and speak, and I did. And it was funny because, well, funny, not funny about the girl, but I went to help raise money, right? But they also give you the options of bringing things so that you could sell stuff so that you make something for showing up. That's how a lot of the charities work. You know, they'll pay your flight, some of them might pay you a little bit, but for the most part, for this one, it was my hometown. We still lived there. I was already home, so I was just going. I wasn't getting paid for it, whatever. And I brought pictures to sell. So I'm selling pictures, and this one guy was kind of pissed. He's like, oh, if I know she's selling pictures, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I think I collected like anywhere between $700 or $800 in pictures, and I didn't tell the organizers, but when I was there, I just decided I would give them all of it. Because I was there. It was my hometown. It was a fundraiser for a little girl who passed, something for the family. But the guy came up and apologized to me afterwards. He's like, had I known that's what you were gonna do? And I'm like, it's fine. It's all good. But all right, so this is a double of the other one. I don't know why I have two in there. Is it still choppy for you guys? Fortunately, audio is great. I know it sucks though that you guys aren't getting a clear picture. I wonder if the upload will be any better. I hope it will be, because that sucks. I'm sorry. All right, so these, oh, no shortage of these. Good Lord. Okay. So we have a Scarefest badge. I loved doing them. Then Kris punched him in the face. No, I didn't do that. Robert Stack was the best voice for Unsolved Mysteries. Oh, he's so good. I've noticed when you're still, the video comes in clear, but when you begin to move, everything goes blurry. Maybe that will help you come in better. Okay, I'll try not to move around too much. All right. You're doing great, Kris. Not your fault. I know, but maybe I should have left it on for self-service and this. It worked last time with Dustin and I, so I figured this would be the better option. Because the last time I got like this random call through something and it just killed my video. All right. Yeah, don't breathe. Okay. All right, so we have Scarefest. I love collecting these. Again, souvenir. I don't have to go looking for it. It's cool. It was my pass for the weekend. Good Lord, all those tags. I know. People who do nothing but make comments about what others do should keep their trap shut. Yeah, it's hard because when you get asked to do a charity, like you want to do it, you want to help raise money, so you go. But it's also a lot of time you're taking on the road depending on how far or whatever you're traveling. Like I said, some places will pay you. This was my hometown. I didn't really want them paying me. I was already home. Like, it was 20 minutes away from my house. And it was just like, it's my hometown, you know? And it was like, I went there with the pictures and hadn't really planned to do it. But once I was there, I was just like, it just felt like the right thing to do. And I remember one of my mom's friends just being like, well, there's gotta be like $700 or $800 in there. I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want to help. And then it sounded like they were actually short. They fell short of what their mark was. So when I gave it to them, they were kind of floored. They didn't expect me to do it. But I'm glad I did. It was good. Got to represent exactly. My hometown was a good place to grow up. Great place to grow up, great school system, like great little town, you know. And I can't imagine losing my daughter like that super young. Like she really wasn't that old. She looks like in the picture she might be like 6 or 7 maybe. So I wanted to help. Anyway, Michigan Paracon 11. So been to a lot of these. Awesome event. There's another one coming up in August if you guys have never been. Fun one to go to. We all go there. There's lectures during the day. We're at our tables. We're signing. We're chatting. And then at night, we're all down at the casino having drinks with everybody. So this is always a fun one to go to. Freaking blast. Paranormal Convention, all access pass. Shooting Star. Wow, I haven't been to one of these in ages. So Shooting Star was another one that was kind of like Michigan Paracon as far as is at a casino. They used to do it yearly. And everybody would look forward to going. It was just, they had all of us out usually every year. What did I see in there? Hello, Kris. Hope you're feeling a bit better and are doing well. Thank you, Paulette. Yeah, the allergies this year are up the arch. I seen you there at the Shooting Star or Michigan Paracon. All right, what else we got? Reality Rocks Expo. Okay, so this was nuts. All right, these are tangled. My goodness. I'm not even gonna try. All right, so this one was nuts because we were working in, Dennis says, yes, Shooting Star. That would have been a long time ago because they haven't done one in many years. But yeah, those events were always great. So this was something that came along and it turned into like this award show for reality shows, and I guess Ghost Hunters and GHI or the franchise in general got like an award. So they had 2 people come from Ghost Hunters. I think it was Amy and Adam, and then they had Barry and I fly out. But the thing is we were working in Europe. So we went from Europe to LA for like 2 or 3 nights, and then we got shipped right back to Europe to go back to, I think we were working in Serbia. Yeah, for any of those who have not seen the Serbia dinner in Serbia video, go check that out, and it'll give you an idea of what we went back to after we did this. And we were dead freaking tired. So it was like, the cool thing with sci-fi though is when they did events like that, they would put us on first class. The rest of the time it was always coach, but because it was such a quick turnaround, they wanted to make sure that we got sleep because otherwise we would have been The Walking Dead. But yeah, it was a good time. This one says GH Live, but I don't know which one it was for. I'm gonna guess the last one that I did, Pennhurst. Did you ever recover at Pennhurst? Honestly, I came back from that event and I think it took me like 3 days to feel like a human. That event is so good that it keeps you running. It goes late, it starts early, it's full on. People there were amazing. The people that run the place are amazing, but it is a busy one. The Walking Dead, different network, right? Yeah, totally would have fit in there though. All right, so this one says Quaden Casino. Oh, so this is another Michigan Paracon. This would have been a while ago. What's the date on this? 2012. 2012. That was probably the last one I did before I fell off the map. What was that? 7,000 people at Pennhurst. Oh, 7,000 people at Pennhurst. I thought you were saying Stephen. Yeah, there was a lot of people. It was bonkers, and the weather was weird, but we still had a good time. Oh, I did 3 live shows. That's right. I did the Buffalo Central Terminal one too. I forgot all about that. Okay, so that was this. So this one was probably Penhurst, is my guess. Unless it was Waverly. I don't know. Might have been Waverly. I wish it said on here, and then I didn't have to guess. Doesn't say on the back. No, it doesn't. No date, no nothing. What the hell? My dumbass didn't write on it so I'd remember. Son of a turd. All right. Ghost Hunters Halloween 2010. Buffalo Central. So yeah, the train station. This place was wild because this doesn't have to do with the live show, but like people are always like, oh, what scares you? What scares you? One thing that scared me that took place here on the when we were filming there, before we started, the guy who, I don't know if he owned the place or ran the place, I don't know what the deal was. I think he was probably the owner. He went down to the tunnels to make sure that it was all cleared out, to make sure we weren't going to run into anybody, because I guess sometimes people would get down there who are homeless or, you know, squatters or whatever. And he went down there and somebody hit him with a lead pipe and broke his hand. So that was scary. That shit scares me. Ghosts not so much, but living, breathing people that are going to hurt you, another story. This goes back to proving that I am a thief when it comes to hotel keys. I think some of these were probably on purpose. Some were probably by accident. I don't even know what the hell this was for. Oh, Irish ferries. Okay. So we took the ferry from Ireland to, I don't even know where. Does it land in Wales or England? I forget. But this ride was so freaking insane. I laughed my ass. Son of a turd. So this ride was so crazy. Like, it was one of those deals where you kind of lean to the side and then the ship would come up and it would meet your feet. So it was like, you had to walk with a wide stance, and we're all just like laughing and trying not to fall over. It was almost canceled because it was so rough. What else do we got? Harrison Resort, Hot Springs, Vancouver. Oh, okay. So this is the place we stayed at in Canada when we were doing, I remember we had to take like some gondola ride thing to get to whatever the hell we were investigating. I don't even remember. Always loved when you all traveled to Ireland. Yeah, that was fun. Oh, I have one more pass in front of me too that I forgot about that's Ireland related. So yeah, that's where we stayed for that. That was actually a really cute place. I think that was the last case I went on with them, actually. Hamburg Airport, so Germany, but it doesn't say where I stayed. It's just like an advertisement for the airport. So this is like a lame one to steal. I don't know why I took that one. What's this one? Hotel something or other. Ukraine, when we stayed there. Bruises? I don't have bruises. Shooting Star. I'm sorry, Shooting Star. I apologize. You must not have given me a badge that year, so I had to take something else. I apologize. It sucked when you went to GHI. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. What's this one from? Seaside Restaurant. Oh, this is Denmark. Okay. So, Dirty Denmark is what we called it. We're in a place that was kind of sketchy. Otherwise, the rest of Denmark was beautiful, and the castle that we're at was beautiful, but this one town was just kind of sketch. It had us all a little worried. Anyways, this was the last pass that I was talking about. It was the Ireland All Access Destination Truth Pass. So this is when I went there for their live show, and this one is cuckoo pants too, because we were working in Argentina. We went from Argentina. How did it work? We're in Argentina and we found out we're going to do the live show. So when we're flying out of Argentina, we went from Argentina to Georgia to New York, and they gave us a hotel room. We had a 6-hour layover, but they meant well, because they're like, oh, you guys can kind of have some sleep before you make the next hop over the ocean. But the thing is like by the time we landed and we got our bags and we went to the hotel, we got settled, we wanted to do our laundry because it was the first time we were near a washing machine in forever, and we weren't sure if we're gonna have one in Ireland, so we did our laundry. By the time we could sleep, it was like an hour before we had to get our asses back up and, you know, ready to get back to the airport. So Barry and I were drained. Then we went and we did the 7-hour flight over to Ireland. We got there at like 8 in the morning, I think. 9, 8, 9, something like that. And then I think they had a call time for us around 12. And then we went to 2 in the morning and they let us go early. So it was kind of nuts. It was fun, but it was nuts. Oh yeah, you worked with Josh Gates. I forgot about Destination Truth. Yeah, we did a couple of times. More sketchy than the breakfast in the House of Ill Repute. Yeah, well, yeah, for different reasons. It's worth watching. Watch Dinner in Serbia, and it's a whole different experience than breakfast in Argentina or breakfast in a brothel. Canadian gondola sounds like an insult. You had bruises. Oh, okay. I don't know. How do you get back into ghost hunting after being attacked? I did paranormal in my last apartment and was attacked and had bruises on my chest. I've never experienced anything like that, to be honest, so I wouldn't even know where to begin on that one. House of Negotiable Affections. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, thank you. All right, what do we got? I think somebody gave this to me at an event. Got ghosts. Yeah, I think I was given this. I don't think I was actually at this place. Then we get Terror Behind the Walls at Eastern State Penitentiary, 20 years. I had gone here for a haunted house event. They had a haunted house. They flew me out for it, and I was signing stuff. And I also went there for other events. An awesome place. St. Augustine was your best investigation. But I got stuck in a water cistern. What are you trying to say? I need to get stuck in places so I can't do my work because I suck at it? Is that what you're trying to say? So this is like... This is... Where were we? Poland, I think? This is like some sort of like legend thing or story that came with, I think, alcohol they gave us. Long time ago in the Middle Ages, the lands of, I'm not butchering that, were covered with thick and wild forest in which lived one huge and aggressive bear. That bear terrorized the area and folks kidnapping cattle and children. Therefore, they were always looking for the brave to stop that harassing. This is really worded weird. But no one was willing to do it. Until one day, when a young fellow from, can't pronounce the name, came with a brilliant idea. He prepared a mixture of honey and high voltage alcohol. It did come with a bottle of alcohol. They gave us alcohol and they gave us this letter. And settled it in the forest on the bear's path. The bear found the mixture, drank it, and fell asleep, so the fellow could prevail. But the bear was so huge and so heavy, he just cut off his foot and brought it back to town to claim his prize. On the other hand, young fellow from no idea what the hell town found the bear with no foot and brought it to the other town to claim their prize. From that day until today, in the shield of this damn town, you can see the bear's foot and the shield of something or other. The 3-footed bear. Based on the story, the mixture is named today Bear Buster. I don't remember how this tastes. I have no idea. It was a long time ago, and I don't even know if I tried it. I must have tried it. I had to have tried it. But yes, they gave us a bottle of alcohol, and they gave us this story that went along with it. I don't know. Steven. Oh my God, that's the one I was at. Eastern State with Aaron and Dr. Frank. Yep. Alcohol is always good. Free alcohol. Exactly. Oh yeah, 10,000 subs. Woo woo. So cool watching your channel grow from its early stages. So happy for you. Would you ever consider investigating with Ghost Adventures? No. No. I mean, I've met some of the people from there. Nick's a sweetheart. I was talking to Billy, I think, for a while, but I met Zach once. No, our styles are different, and I prefer the non-demonic weirdness. I don't know. Anyways. Lizard King. Oh, I got this in Paris. I had flown to Paris specifically for the 40th anniversary of Jim Morrison's death. I know that sounds super morbid, but what do you expect from me? I was obsessed with this man and the band. So I found out that Robbie and Ray were playing in Paris for this anniversary show. And I thought, why not go to Paris? Like, what better excuse is there to go? So I booked myself a ticket solo. I went there for a week alone. I planned all the things I wanted to do, everything I wanted to see, and it ended with a Doors weekend, basically. So I went to the show. It was awesome. It was Robbie and Ray, and they brought out two guys that were from tribute bands to play Morrison and Densmore. And then while I was there, I made friends with these people, the two people from California and a couple people from Australia. And they gave me the heads up because one of the guys that I made friends with was in a tribute band in California for the Doors, and his drummer or whatever was one of the guys that got pulled to do the show with Robbie and Ray. So he's like, heads up. Once we became friends, he's like, tomorrow Robbie and Ray are gonna be at the cemetery at 9 o'clock. And I was like, oh, cool. So I met them down there, and we're all like around the grave. It was all kind of fenced off, and we're like there up against the fence. And sure as shit, Robbie and Ray show up, and everybody who knew that this was gonna happen was psyched. We're like standing in a crowd of people. I've got my my elbow on one person's head. Somebody's got their elbow on my head, and like we're all balancing, trying to take pictures. It was so much fun. It was such a good excuse to go to Paris. I mean, not that you really need an excuse to want to go to Paris, but that's what it took for me to go. So it was awesome because I got to see a bunch of these places like catacombs, Versailles, Eiffel Tower. I did all of that stuff. I fit in as much as I humanly could fit into this one trip, but it was all leading up to the weekend that I came for, and it was so much fun. The crazy thing is the theater that they played in was the theater that ended up getting shot up years later in like a shooting mass murdery thing, which kind of freaked me out because it wasn't a big place. It was an old theater. I think there was 1,000 people in there for that show. So to see that happen was kind of scary. Kind of scary. Okay, so a bunch of postcards again from my time in Paris, Bataclan. Yeah, that sounds right. Brussels, they have an obsession with the little peeing boy. Like, he's everywhere. He's a peeing fountain that's on every building and every water fountain. He's very proud of himself. He's a little much. More from Brussels. Pisa. We got to go there, which is cool. This is another one. Another one from Brussels. This Brussels is beautiful. So pretty. When was the last time you spoke with KJ? I always thought he was cool. I haven't seen him in a long time. KJ and I were never really close. But I saw him because him and Dustin worked a lot together on the show for a while. I had seen him. Dustin had done like a library speaking like engagement, and KJ and I both went to watch and catch up and say hello, and then we all went out to dinner afterwards. I'd say that's the last time I saw him. I think I had just moved back from Australia. So it'd be late 2019, I think, is the last time I saw him. That's way cooler, trip to Paris and getting engaged to someone you worked with. Yeah, that kind of sucks, Steve. Good Lord. The American version of that is Calvin peeing on things. Yes, yes, those stupid stickers. All right, so I think this is New Zealand. Yep, New Zealand. More New Zealand with their wacky keybird. More New Zealand, Auckland. I actually visited there quite a bit because my ex-husband's parents lived in New Zealand, not too far from Auckland. Beautiful little city. We went up the top of this freaking thing. I forget what they call it, but people can like bungee jump, not bungee jump, but like it's, I don't know what they call it, but you jump off the building. They've got you on like wires or something. I saw it, was immediate like, yeah, no. But I got video of somebody jumping off. I don't know if I still have that on my computer. I'll have to look it up. Dear God, there's 10 gazillion cards in here. Postcards, 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 more postcards. More Jim Morrison. Morrison Hotel. Christchurch, we had investigated there. Another one, Christchurch. When we were in Christchurch, they just had a massive earthquake. Massive. Like a couple months before we went. And there was parts of the city that were just ruined, like old buildings and churches and stuff. And then while we were there, we were feeling like the aftershocks. It was a little creepy. I think this is another New Zealand one. No, maybe not. Where is this? This is probably Paris. Oh, dude, it's, yeah, it's Notre Dame. It looked weird for some reason. Okay, so Pisa. Wait, no, it's not. What the hell is, yeah, it is. Why does it look funny? No, that's not. Cathedral Saint. I'm so confused right now. Anyway, Pisa. Oh, this is the same one. This has gotta be, no, I don't know where the hell this is. Where the hell are you? Can't tell, I don't know. It's somewhere. It was somewhere beautiful. That's all I can say. Australia doesn't even have a ticket in it. It's just like December 19th. I don't even know what that was all about. Brisbane, spent a good amount of time there. Poor girl, you're confusing yourself. It doesn't take very much these days, especially with all the allergy medicine I'm on at the moment. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Brisbane, I lived just outside of for half lived. It was one of those weird deals where I was there on tourist visas every time I was out with my ex-husband. So I'd go there for like 3 months because I couldn't stay longer than 3 months on my visa, and then I'd fly back. And you have to be out of Australia for at least 2 weeks before you could go back. So usually when I came home, I was home for like a month to 4 months, and then I go back for 3. So I spent a lot of time in Brisbane. And actually, one of the live streams that I have here is about a murder mystery that took place in Brisbane that would have been on this side of the shore, I think, of Brisbane River. Beautiful city. Sunshine Coast. It's just north of Brisbane. It's beautiful. This looks like, what is this? One thing I really, really regret leaving in Australia was my passport from, like, my first one from GHI. And it was my first time traveling outside of the country was with GHI, not counting Canada. I don't really count that. So, sorry, Canada. I love you guys, but at the time we didn't need passports to go over the border. We just needed our license or whatever. Like, it was no big deal. So I didn't really count that one because I lived like 4 hours south of the border. So I don't know, it's just, it looked like Vermont and New Hampshire. Anyways, I left that freaking passport in Australia with my ex, which I'm sure went into the garbage pretty quick. That was the only thing that I wish I had took home that I forgot about. Canada doesn't count. Meh, lol. It counts. It's beautiful. I have family, well, ancestors there from Nova Scotia. Still haven't been there. But you know what I mean. They're like our next door neighbors. Oh, Canada. Oh, nuts. It says on the back. I don't know. We worked there a couple of times. So this was the Isle of Man. This was a tiny little island that was off the coast of England. And it was cool because we had to fly into Liverpool to take the ferry over to the island, but we got stuck there for like 4 hours in Liverpool before we could take the ferry. And it was awesome because just about all of the cab drivers offered a Beatles tour. So Barry and I paid the extra to take a tour of Liverpool for a Beatles tour. And you got to see Penny Lane and Strawberry Fields, and we went into the barber shop that they sing about in the song. I bought a t-shirt from there. I think that's in my closet, actually. I think I still have that. I kept it as a souvenir. I've never worn it. I'm such a weirdo. Anyways, but the crazy thing is we were headed to the Isle of Man. Has a really cool little castle on it, but the thing that still stands out in my mind from this is we're on the ferry headed to the Isle of Man, and the ferry broke down. Like, it lost power, but not enough power that the song that was on the monitors, because they were playing music videos, was just stuck in a loop. And it was like that party. Oh, what was this song? The guy with the big crazy hair, and they're like dancing in the street. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, what the frig was it? Oh, can't remember, but it was that song on loop over and over and over again. I think we're stuck on the ferry, not going anywhere for like an hour, and it was just that one song. Do 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 do. Party rockin' in the house tonight. I think that's one of the lyrics. Party rock. Yes, party rock anthem. It was non-freaking stop. Now, granted, I like the song. It's fun. I hate dancing, but I can't help but tap my toe and kind of wiggle a little bit. But that song on repeat for an hour, man, that was a lot. It was just like, I was starting to lose my goddamn mind. All right, what is this? Oh, the cemetery that my man is buried in. I still have a keychain on my set of keys that is from a souvenir shop just outside the cemetery, and it's got his face on it. And the cool thing about the cemetery, when we went there for Morrison's, it's Groundhog Day again. Oh, it was so bad. That song was just like over and over and over, and we're all sitting there like, oh my God, make it stop. Hey, the video quality is a lot, but I'm so glad. I'm sorry about that, guys. I don't know what's going on. Our internet connection out here is kind of shitty. I live in the sticks, I'll be honest. I gotta figure it out. Maybe next time I'll run it off cell and Wi-Fi. I just figured the Wi-Fi would save us from any weird hiccups, but I guess it just didn't help. So the cemetery, the day of his 40th anniversary of his death, so weird, right? I can't imagine anybody giving a shit 40 years after I die, like showing up at my cemetery, complete strangers, right? So wild. There was at least 200 to 300 people at his grave the day of. It was bonkers. Now, the cool thing is, like, just outside the cemetery walls was a bar. And everybody was going to the grave and hanging out, and then they bounce out to the bar. They're getting hammered, and the bar was playing nothing but Doors music. All the bartenders were wearing Doors shirts. Everybody who was there for the Doors stuff was walking around town with, I prefer the non-pixelated Kris Williams. I'm sorry. Hopefully it uploads better. I feel bad. I'm sorry, guys. I'm like, hey, come celebrate with shitty video with me. It'll be fun. But yeah, so the people that worked at the bar, they're all wearing Doors shirts. And it was fun walking around town that day because you'd see whoever was there for Doors stuff had shirts on, and we're all like nodding at each other. We're like, yeah, hey, how's it going? But yeah, so we'll all go out to the bar, we get schmammered, and we walk back into the cemetery and hang out at the grave. And at one point, this guy took out like an old boom box and he started playing Doors music on it. And there was an undercover cop there. He goes running over. He makes him turn it off. And right where the music stopped, everybody just started singing. Like the song just kept going. It did not skip a beat. It was the coolest freaking thing. It was so much fun. Oh, Kremitz, comparing to me to Minecraft. Man, was it that bad? You guys must really like me if you're sticking around, crazy people. Oh, wow, I didn't even go through this. Okay, postcards. Lima, Peru. Peru. So why so many postcards? I had every intention. I was getting everybody in the habit of getting postcards, and then we'd all sign them. So we had a bunch that were signed by all of us so that we could send them out to people just for fun. Sometimes it didn't happen. So that's why I'll have like a lot of repeats. Like this is the same one over, well, this one says Lima, this one says Peru, but you get the idea. There's just a lot of them. The cool thing about Peru is like you felt like you stepped back in time. Especially like we were way up in the mountains. They brought us so high up that they had us stop halfway up so we could get used to the altitude so that we wouldn't have altitude sickness, and then they brought us up the rest of the way. And it just felt like we stepped into the 1800s. It was the coolest freaking thing. Coolest thing. And I remember they had like these internet cafes where you could go and use the internet because not everybody had the internet or a computer. But you'd go there and it literally took me, I think it was 4 hours. Was it 4 hours or 2 hours? 2 hours to send 4 emails? I think that was right. I just remember like beating my head against the wall, like, what is happening? And everybody around me is just like, oh, this is normal. I'm like, this is not normal. This is insane. But that place was beautiful. Felt like Indiana Jones, the location we're at. Character skin, Minecraft Kris. Mike, I will never stop watching. Sorry, that sounded creepy, but I am a longtime fan. Creeper! Stalker! We love you. That's why we're sticking with you. Thank you, Shane. Thank you, guys. Thank you. I've got some fun plans for this channel. It's just the idea I have has a lot of moving pieces, and I'm really afraid of effing it up, and it sometimes overwhelms me, so just bear with me. It is going to be kind of on the artsy side, but I think you guys will like it because there's going to be some weird shit too. So just, you'll see. All right, so we got British Columbia, Vancouver. This was in Paris. It was like some sort of amusement park that we went to that was kind of weird. Same thing. Same thing. See what I mean with the repeats? What we got here? Oh, this was Pisa. This was kind of cool. Big postcard. I like this one actually. Pisa was beautiful. Have you ever been to a place where you feel like you're standing in a postcard? Like it just doesn't feel real. You've seen it in picture books or online or wherever your whole life, and now you're standing in front of it and it's just kind of this weird dreamy state that you're in. That's what I had at this place. Besides the fact that there was like 2 gazillion million people outside doing, you know, acting like they're holding up the damn building. That was driving me freaking nuts because you couldn't just get a normal picture without a bunch of people standing in all these crazy poses. And freaking, I don't know, I think it was Scott? He's such a shit. I finally was getting a picture that was kind of clear, and he poked his finger in and it looked like it was holding it up. I'm like, you shit, and he was just laughing. I'm like, oh, American Samoa. Again, good bad memories. Good bad memories. Christchurch, beautiful place, but on the creepy side because of the earthquakes. I think it might have been this cathedral that was kind of damaged when we were there. If not, one of them were. I remember going by it and it was a mess. Picton, New Zealand. I don't know where that was or why we were there. What is this? Oh, I think this was like, what were you guys? I think you guys are talking shit in my comments. Hold on. I gotta see. I gotta see. Weird artsy shit. I'm in. Good. Bring it on. All the weird shit. You got it. Well, your art is amazing, so we're all in for a treat. Thank you so much. I've never seen a panoramic postcard, right? I thought it was kind of cool. Yes, in New Mexico. Oh, where'd you go? Where'd you go to New Mexico that had you feeling like that? Yes, the Grand Canyon. Oh my gosh, the Grand Canyon killed me. I get that at Mount St. Helens. Yeah, we're always talking shit. Yep. Where's Christchurch? It's in New Zealand. I think it's on the South Island. I think. Might be time to start a bad memories box and burn it. I know, right? Grand Canyon. Tell me, for those of you who've been there, if you've had the feeling, and it creeped me the hell out. So I went. And it was like this overwhelming feeling of I was going to be sucked into it, or my brain is like not computing. It like, this isn't real. This doesn't make sense. It looks like a painting. And it's like you just wanted to jump into it. And it scared the shit out of me that is what I was internally like jumping, sucked in. This isn't real. This doesn't make sense. It was just like, it was so pretty. It was so weird. It was kind of unnerving. It was really strange, but it's beautiful. I haven't been there in a long time, actually. Do I tell a story? The last time that I was there, yep, I was always worried the wind would blow me in. Not the last time I was there. A long time ago, I came out to Arizona with my ex-boyfriend, not husband, ex-boyfriend. I was probably early 20s, and we were staying with my Uncle Joe. My Uncle Joe decides he wants to bring me and my ex Phil up to the Grand Canyon. And Phil was a really nice guy. He always wore these big shorts, had these big, like, it was the cargo kind of pants that were popular back in like the 90s, early 2000s. And my uncle had bought us these massive bottles of water, like they were huge. And he wanted to hike 1.5 miles in, so he got us these big bottles of water. Each one of us had one. My dumbass was always stealing my ex's clothes. His sweatshirts were full of fair game. His like flip-flops were fair game. My dumbass wore his flip-flops. I didn't know we're climbing into this thing. So my uncle buys us these big bottles of water. I'm like hiking down in these flip-flops that are way too big for my feet. We get 1.5 miles down. Now we have to hike up. And I'm struggling. I'm holding my bottle of water. And being a gentleman, he's like, give me your water. Because he had his water in one of his pockets. And he figured at least balance him out. So he stuck the other water in his other pocket. And then he bent over to tie his shoe. And the whole back part of his pants completely blew out. It was the funniest thing ever. And I don't think he was wearing underwear. I think it was a commando day. And I was dying. Oh, it was a commando day because we get back to my uncle's house and my uncle's like, so did you tell, your aunt what happened at the Grand Canyon today? And I instantly got the giggles. And I said, we saw Phil's Grand Canyon at the Grand Canyon. And it was funny. He's a good guy. He had a good sense of humor, but yeah, I got an eyeful. Everybody got an eyeful. Well, he wore long shirts too, so as long as he didn't bend over, nobody knew that he blew out the back of his pants. But still, it was hilarious. Teaches you for being nice. He was a good one. Okay, so this is more Paris stuff. I think this is, Catacombs ticket. I got kind of screwed on this one because I bought tickets online and then I got there and they said I didn't have tickets, so I had to pay for more tickets. I bought everything ahead of time. It's a good way to save money, and I had my whole week planned before I went. Plumber's crack. I didn't go commando. No, he went commando, and he regretted it that day for sure. So, yeah, I kind of got screwed on that. This is, what is this? A Louvre. I was there for a whole, 6 hours. Not enough time. Very shiny tickets. Very shiny. All right, and then, I don't know what this is. Oh, no, this is the Louvre too. Okay. And then it's more tickets. Eiffel Tower. Like I said, I bought all the tickets online for the most part, so this was Versailles. Awesome. Absolutely beautiful place. What is this? I have no idea what this is. The hell is this? Ticket, internet ticket, but for what? What did I do? I have no idea, guys. It must have been very memorable, whatever it was. I have no idea. No idea. You should have moved to Paris instead of Australia. Yeah, you're not kidding. Australia is beautiful, but I just went there for the wrong person. Oh, there we go. The Doors ticket. Whoop, whoop. She's confused again. I told you it happens a lot. Getting old, 43. Ray Manzarek and Robbie of the Doors. Woo! After show. I don't remember going to an after show. Something tells me I didn't go to an after show. I remember wandering the streets with the people that I met, and we went and got food that was beyond non-healthy. It was amazing. This is how ridiculous I was, okay? So when I was going out of the country by myself, I wanted to be sure that I knew what I was doing and where I was going and what time I was doing what. I wanted to buy all my tickets to the things that I was going to ahead of time because, and this is something that I learned is a good thing to do, because let's say I wanted to go to the Louvre and I'm like, oh, I'm going to go on a Tuesday, but I didn't buy my tickets. And then I get there and I find out Tuesdays it's closed. That would have sucked. So ahead of time, I bought all my tickets and I made an itinerary for myself, so I knew exactly what I was doing when. This is because I figured I'm alone. I don't need there to be any confusion. This is what I've got. These are the tickets I have. So my first day I did the Dali Museum. Freaking love Dali. Maybe that's what that ticket was that I don't remember. Then Wednesday I did Versailles. And I had how I had to get there transportation wise. Thursday I did the catacombs. And then I did Notre Dame. Then Friday I did, oh, a boat tour. When the hell did I do a boat tour? That's what that ticket was. I don't remember doing a boat tour. I don't know. Then it was a lot of like, you know, walking around Paris, the Arc, Eiffel Tower, the Louvre, Jim Morrison's old apartment, the cemetery, the Lizard King bar. They had a Doors bar there until the Doors shut them down. And then the Bataclan, you guys were right on that one. And then depart Paris. I left Paris on the 4th of July and I got so much shit at their version of the CSA because I was a female traveling by myself and apparently that's sketchy and it's 4th of July, so I looked like a terrorist, I guess. I don't know. Let me see if I can fit this all back. Woo! Pile in front of me is growing. Where does that, okay, I'm gonna keep all this stuff together. I do not remember a boat tour. I don't know what the hell I was on. I don't remember taking one at all. I'm gonna have to go back to my pictures. What were you guys saying over here? Don't feel bad, I'm 48 and forgetting shit all the time. After 40, you start being amazed at the stuff that you don't remember. There's no way she's 43. Born in 81, 43, I don't believe you. Yep. Catching up on me, Kris, I'm 44. Oh, an 80s baby, huh? 43 and still looking the best. Thank you. I really want to go to the Paris catacombs. Oh, it's so awesome. It's beautiful. Absolutely. It's more beautiful than creepy. It's really weird. I can see smoke coming out of your ears trying to remember. Guys, there's so much stuff still left in here. This is like, I'm not going to torch you with all these postcards. I mean, this is just ridiculous. What did I do? Like Belize, let's see, Belize, more Belize. But like I told you, I had plans of, a lot of times we'd all sit down and sign them at the end of a trip, and we'd all like split them. So we all had ones to send out to everybody. Oh, I went to the Christmas Story House Museum in Ohio. That was fun. That was just on my own. I was moving to California and stopped in there. This was in San Juan, Puerto Rico when we worked there. This was at the fort in Puerto Rico that we worked at. Here's an example of what was meant to happen with all those cards, signed by everybody on GHI. I have no idea what this is. It looks like a tour ticket of some kind, maybe in Amsterdam. 2010. Yeah, it was probably Amsterdam. Hello from Ireland. I got a couple of those. The Titanic, because we had worked right where the Titanic had docked. We were there to go out to an island just off the coast to work at this old prison. It was pretty cool. More of the same postcard. More Titanic stuff. Great Barrier Reef, got to do that with my ex-husband, and it was terrifying. I'm not a water person. I love pools. I love the beach. I'll get into about, I don't know, knees to mid-thigh. And then after that, I get a little freaked out and I get a little panicked. So when I did things that forced me like this, it took everything in me to do it. But I did swim in the Great Barrier Reef, and it was terrifying to the point that I really couldn't focus on what the hell I was looking at because the water was so rough. I was getting thrown around. See you later, David. Thanks for jumping in. That's why you don't remember this boat tour. I don't mind boats, but just like being in the water, like physically being in the water freaks me out. Walloman Falls, that would have been a trip with my ex. That's in Australia. I've got a picture actually standing in front of that. Charters Towers, another Australia one. Ireland. Good Lord, guys. What is this? Aggie Grays. Oh, that would be American. Oh, that'd be Samoa, not American Samoa. This is probably the same. Samoa. Ireland. Sci-fi. What did I get that for? Oh, it was like a Christmas card from the network. American Samoa. Again, love, hate. Love, hate. Pisa. Good grief, dude. This is crazy. Italy. Pisa. More Pisa. Townsville, Australia. Townsville's beautiful. It's actually where a lot of our American forces set up before going over into the South Pacific during World War II. My grandfather had gone through here. He lived here for a little while. He was in World War II. He was the Red Arrow Division. And while I was there, I was trying to get a hold of people to see if I could find out anything about him on their side of the house. Good night, Julia. Brian, I'm starting to crave pizza. I know, huh? But beautiful town. Absolutely beautiful. All right, so Great Barrier Reef. Good jeez. What is this? This is another cathedral. I don't remember which one that is, but it's come up a few times. Inverary, this is when we're in Scotland. That castle is so fairy tale book type of castle. It's beautiful. This town is, I loved this town so much. Edinburgh, we really didn't stay there too much. Actually, no, we did. I lie. Because we did that music hall. I think that was in Edinburgh. I'm pretty sure it was. Pretty sure. All right, what else do we got in here? There's just so many postcards. I don't want to bore you guys to tears with postcards. We're Edinburgh, Aberdeenshire. That's where my family's supposed to be from. In Scotland, Aberdeenshire. Russia, that's one of the places that we had investigated. Passau, that's where we stayed in Germany. Beautiful little town. Kronberg, that was like one of the castles we did. Beautiful, beautiful. That place had a creepy ass dungeon underneath it. Yeah, my dumbass volunteered to get all the gear at the end of the night by myself. I kind of regretted that one. Postcards. A lot of this is the same stuff you guys already seen. Kronberg Castle, that was the castle that we did. Let me see. I'm just trying to go through things that have already been seen to some degree. I don't even know what that's about. Oh, good grief. What's this? This is pamphlets at the Louvre. Nothing crazy. Another ticket to something. Oh, it was a hotel receipt. Alright. This is one of the castles that we did in England. Rising Castle, I think. Okay. And these are just some things about New Zealand. Oh, it's like artwork or something. I know, I remember buying these and I had full intention of like hanging them in my apartment, and then I just never did it. I don't even get in it. I'm gonna ruin it. Did you have anything paranormal happen when the crew wasn't recording? Yeah, a few times we did. Auckland, New Zealand. We've had stuff like that happen a few times. I had something happen in my hotel room once in a place they were staying that wasn't supposed to be active. That kind of freaked me out. And then at Waverly Hills, at the end of the night, Dustin and I got sent up to the very top floor that had that like little section, smaller area or room. And we're collecting up our gear. Everything was turned off. Camera guys are out. It was just the two of us. And there was debris all over the floor. So anytime you walked anywhere, you'd hear crunching. So I was standing there kind of reeling up one of the wires I heard, and I started hearing crunching, like walking around me. And at that point, I'd only been with the show for like 3 months, maybe 4 months. And I remember being like, Dustin, and he's like, I know. He's like, just stay calm, all our stuff. We'll bring it all down to the first floor so we don't have to come back up. It'll be like one trip up. So we had our arms full. We go down the stairwell up to the second floor, and we hang left to go down to where we had center set up. And we walked past the first room on the left. We heard a few footsteps in it. I remember looking at him, and he just kind of like, we walk a little further past the next room. We hear footsteps in that one too. And I'm looking at him like, what the hell? And then we started walking a little faster, and then we heard running, stomping footsteps come right up behind us. And I honestly thought it was gonna be Jay or Grant or Steve or Tango like screwing with us because the night was done. But there's nothing there. There's nothing on the floor. There was nothing. That one was weird. What was the place you were at during GHI where you were getting rocks thrown at you? I don't remember getting rocks thrown at me. I don't remember that. I'm not sure. I don't remember getting things thrown at me. There's bags of money that I forgot to turn in from different places. New Zealand and other random, oh my gosh, I should change this in. Some of these countries though, you could change it in and it looks like a lot, but it'll be like $4. It's really wild. Really, really wild. So yeah, money from all over the place. This was a bullet shell from Wolf Slayer. Some guy sent us home with it. One of the guys that worked there sent us home from it. Creepy place. Creepy freaking place. God, guys, I didn't expect there to be this much in here. But again, like postcards, I'm not gonna make you sit through all these. These are from Serbia, Peru, more from Passau, Germany. What the hell is this? God, there's so much crap. Samoa. I don't even know. Why was somebody sending me? Oh, something people from Sci-Fi sent. What is this? Oh, hotel receipt from Samoa. Back when I actually gave a shit about collecting or keeping things with my ex attached. This is some card I picked up somewhere. I don't know why. Dali. I went to a Dali museum. I love Dali. He's like one of my favorite artists. France. Some sort of map. Same with this one. Kronberg Castle. It's a guide to the castle, so you get this if you're visiting the place. It tells you about all the different rooms and people who lived in the castle. This thing was cool because that was actually, I think it was in the basement. You walk up and he's just this big like Viking dude staring at you. It's kind of cool. I liked that a lot actually. And this, you got ticket to that museum or that amusement park in Paris. This is some sort of room situation. Let's see. Is there any good stuff in here? Oh, okay. Here's some cards that I don't know who made them, but these are taken when we're in Scotland. I think Barry set the camera up and took pictures and then added ghost hunters to the bottom. Oh, he made 3D ones too. That's too funny. They all look like babies there. It's kind of crazy. Forgot about those. Got another Taps Paramag in here. Why? What did I do? Oh, that's why. Howie did a comic of Amy, Brett, and I thought it was funny. Howie was very kind to us. Very kind to us in his drawings. I was like, yo, these make me look so nice. I like it. But... oh, Anne Frank house. That place is creepy. So I was over in Amsterdam and I visited her house where she was, well, not her house, but where her and her family were hidden. This is me setting off a cannon at Fort Mifflin. The face, I don't think you can really see it, but it's a weird one. I think it came back, the pin came back and hit my thumb and I had this huge bruise, blood blister in my thumb forever. People were like, where'd you get that? I'm like, oh, from a Civil War cannon. It was just like, yeah, okay. Oh, no, really. I'm like, no, really. The Civil War cannon. Totally normal in my world. What is this? Sightseeing. I don't know where this is at. Where the hell is this? I have no idea. The name's looking kind of like maybe Amsterdam. I think this is Anne Frank's diary. Yeah. So this is all from her museum house, the attic space, not house. But I mean, it was so weird. Like they still have the marks of height and stuff in the doorways from her and her sibling, or was there a sibling or another kid that was hidden up there too? Just creepy as hell that people are screwed up. I just don't get it. Don't get it. Okay. Yeah, that one must have been from Amsterdam because that was all stuff in here too. This is insane, guys. I didn't think there was this much in here. All right, so this is from my Zorb experience, which I told you about earlier. It doesn't even come with a fun thing. It's just this. It just says Zorb on it. I don't get it. I don't know why I kept it. Woo! Throwing shit. What is that? What the hell is that? I see my face. Oh, I'm getting old. Ah. Old lady sounds. Oh, Ireland hotel card. I don't know. Don't know about that one. Oh, I think that might have been the live show. And this was an event at Ripley's years ago. This is kind of fun, actually. This is the Essential Guide to Australian Sense of Humor. They are wise guys. So it's like a chook with its head cut off. Chook is chicken. So it says that means you're erratic or flustered. Like a fart in a bottle means agitated. Liquid amber is beer. Liquid laugh is vomit. Liquid lunch, drink at lunchtime. This one I used to say here and there because my ex used to say it was flat out like a lizard drinking. It just means you're very busy. Yeah, they've got some weird expressions. Some of them I started picking up and people didn't know what I was talking about. Like one of the things they say, instead of saying, how are you? They say, how you going? And my friend Mark at the time was like, asked me whatever. And I was like, how you going? He's like, I don't know, by effing train? He's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, how are you? Is it really getting that bad? Some people said I started picking up an accent, and with certain things I was starting to hear it myself, but okay, so this was all like a travel itinerary for Mary and I with GHI. These were our like travel tickets and where we're staying and all that fun stuff. Can't show you too much of that just because it's got personal stuff. Info stuff. GHI, Charleville Castle. That was the first time I went over with them. And that was just as like a guest spot. What is this? Oh, Isle of Man. These are some cool postcards. I should have those signed and sent out. My stupid butt forgot. I had good intentions, damn it. Hotel crap. Well, actually, I want to keep this stuff together because I feel like it goes together, maybe. Or it's just haphazardly in here. I don't know. This was the Destination Truth. Oh, this is my first run with them for Jersey Devil. So again, I can't show you guys this because it's got phone numbers and shite on it. And I don't think they'd be very happy with me. This is another thing a fan did. And actually, I had a few of these cards. I think it was in the other box I showed you guys. But every year he'd bring us a new card that he drew of us. And this year he put the 3 cards together and did these printouts that were really cool. And then we made him sign them. So it was kind of funny. I remember him being like, really? You want me to sign it? I'm like, yeah. But he did pretty good. Each year we'd go to the Scare House in Pittsburgh. And I'm pretty sure that's where he'd show up with these. Could be wrong, but I'm fairly sure. This is just information on the castle in Ireland that we did. Same thing with this sucker. It's like a basic rundown of history, nothing too crazy. And like a map of the place. I don't know why it says eval level. Wait, there's an L in there too. That was in Tullamore. Is that it? This box is like never ending. What is this? Baggage tag in Spanish. Argentina, maybe? I don't know. That is the bottom of it, guys. Holy freaking hell. That was a lot of stuff. I hope it didn't completely and utterly bore you to tears. I think that had more than the other one. Granted, the box is big, but like, for some reason, I just didn't think that it was full. I thought I got it about halfway. So that's kind of a shocker. Okay, so, man, the pile in front of me right now is insane. I don't even know where to begin. The giveaway. It's the box that keeps giving. You're not kidding. Paltro's head must be in there somewhere, right? All right, so the giveaway. I'm gonna pick 5 people, okay? And I'll give you the house and where's and what's in a second. I'll send a shirt. I'll send one of the bumper stickers. I might throw a couple other things in there. 5 people. All you have to do, comment in the comment section. What shall we have you comment? What's something that stands out that was goofy, that was said during tonight's thing? So that you know if people actually watched it. No boredom here, loving it. Thank you. What was it? Some goofy thing I said earlier that you guys were making fun of me for? Fart in a bottle? I said something else and you guys are giving me shit for it. Son of a turd or something. Son of a turd. Here we go. So you're going to comment in the section down below, son of a turd, and I'll know that you watched all the way through so that you have a chance at one of these shirts and bumper stickers. It's not fart in a bottle. I didn't say fart in a bottle. You guys are making stuff up now. I know I said son of a turd because I know a couple of you were laughing at me. I was trying to like not swear as much as I might occasionally do regularly. Yeah, so comment below son of a turd. And maybe like your favorite location, investigative wise, that you guys enjoyed watching. Those 2 things in the comments. And once this posts and it's been live for 24 hours, I'll pick 5 people completely and utterly at random that said son of a turd in the comments and the location. Son of a turd got me laughing out loud. Make sure it's in the comments though and not in the chat box. The 2 are kind of different. And like I said, after this video has been posted for 24 hours, I will go through and pick 5 people. So yeah, everybody's gonna be watching it like, what the hell is with the son of a turd? But we'll all know. We'll all know because the people who are asking what's going on, 1, they don't have a chance at winning a t-shirt and a bumper sticker and some other weird shit. We also know that they didn't watch all the way through, so we can laugh at them in the comments too. It's a double win. Oh my goodness, guys. Waverly Hills, hands down. Waverly's pretty cool. There's so much crap in here. I feel like I should whittle some of this down, but like I don't even know where I'd begin. Maybe the doubles with the postcards. That probably makes the most sense. I'm trying to think if there's something else. Oh, there's like a video that I'm working on right now. So I decided when I'm kind of stuck on video ideas or I'm just mentally stuck, I was going to tackle this book. It's called Create This Book 3. And it gives you all these like fun little drawing prompts and challenges and all that stuff. So I'm actually working on 2 of those right now. One of them I already finished. A lot of artists, when they tackle this book for YouTube, they do like 3 or 4 of them at a time. I'm not that fast yet. I'm still trying to scrape the rust off of my art skills. So once I sharpen those skills a little bit more, I'm sure I'll be a little faster at it. But I got 1 of the prompts done. I'm going to try to do 1 more, and hopefully I'll have that up next week. But then I have to get on to working on the project that I actually want to do for you guys, that I think you'll have some fun with. God, I should turn all this money in. But again, like I said, I could turn it in and it's gonna be like $5. I don't know. Does anybody else do that? You like save a dollar bill or a coin or something when you go someplace? I don't even know if you're supposed to do that. Probably not. But I mean, why is it any different than saving money? Same thing. Turn it in eventually. It's like this. I really don't need that. I mean, that can go in the trash. This, I don't even remember what it was for now. Kronberg. I made a mess, guys. What year was Fort Mifflin asking for a friend? So, the event or when we filmed there? Pack rat like me. Yeah. But, I mean, you think about how many things you would forget about. Like, there's so many things in this box I completely spaced out on until I was going through the stuff, and it was like, oh, yeah, I did do that. I did go there. What is this? I really don't need this. Or do I? What is this? San Juan. Okay, Puerto Rico. No, I don't need this. Oh, but it's got the map on the back. See? I'm a sucker. It's like, I'm so bad. I'm so bad. Oh well. All right, guys. How long have we been on here? 119 minutes. Holy crap. It's been over 2 hours, right? Yeah. Jeez Louise. This is one of the best streams. Thank you. Here's my thing with this stream. The last time I did this box thing, it was a biatch to edit because it took me a while to get through, and now you guys see why, because some of these little things come with stories and some of them were just kind of like, meh, here's a postcard. But I remember the last time I did it, the editing was just a beast, and I was like, you know what, this actually might be more fun live. You know, the reactions are gonna be like better, more, not sincere, but like, I don't know. When you're running the camera to actually film something, there's a stiffness that comes with me that I'm trying to shake. But like when I'm doing lives with you guys, I'm just myself and the stiff thing doesn't happen. So I thought it would be more fun to do it this way. And editing wise, I wouldn't have to deal with it because I knew it was gonna be a monster. And it was, but I think it was better this way. Oh, I know what that's for. Holy crap, man, there's so much crap. So much crap. All right, I'm gonna get this stuff sorted. Like I said, you guys know the phrase you need to leave in the comments section, plus your favorite place that you've seen investigated, or your own favorite place that you've been to investigate, doesn't matter. In the comments, the phrase and location in the comments. Once the video is posted for 24 hours, I'll pick 5 people at random, and I'll send at least these 2 things. Again, the shirts will be made to order type deal, so it'll take a couple weeks to get to you. But yeah, there's nothing, no difficult, weird, crazy hoops you have to jump. You just have to watch the stream to know what the hell you have to do. All right. I hope you guys have a great night. I hope you had fun listening in. I love doing this, and I'm just so grateful. It's funny hitting 10 here because, again, I've been off a show for so long that I'm surprised a lot of you have stuck with me. I really do appreciate it. And I'm trying to make an actual, you know, I'm trying to make an actual attempt here on YouTube to be consistent and put out regular content. So it's still changing. It's still finding its little path. But thank you guys so much. It's been a lot of fun. And I hope you guys have a great night and a great weekend. And I will be back to bug you hopefully next week with a new video that has to do with the prompt book. All right, guys. Have a great night. Night. 15 years going strong. Yes. Samantha. Oh my goodness, girl. You're one I haven't seen pop up in a while. All right. Bye. Bye, guys.